Hello everyone, and welcome to today's presentation. I'm excited to share with you a fascinating perspective on a tool we all use daily. The title of our talk is Excel, the secret notebook of a project manager. Today, we'll explore how Excel is much more than just numbers. It's like a secret diary that holds the stories behind every project. We'll look at how formulas, functions, and data reveal insights, solve problems, and help us manage risks more effectively. So, let's dive in and discover the hidden world behind those cells. In this slide, I want to introduce you to the early warning formula, which uses a combination of if, and or functions to help us monitor project status. Think of it as an early alarm system that signals when things might be going off track. The formula checks if the progress is less than 75% and if today's date is past the planned finish date. If both conditions are true, it highlights a delay with a red indicator, like a warning sign. Otherwise, it shows a green checkmark, meaning everything is on track. This approach helps us proactively identify potential delays so we can address them early. It's a simple yet powerful way to keep our projects aligned with our goals and deadlines. All right, let's talk about counting real working days using the networkdays function. This formula helps us determine the actual production days between a start and finish date. It's written as network days, start date, finish date, holidays. What's really useful about this is that it automatically excludes Fridays and any specified holidays, giving us a clear picture of the actual working days available. And I know from experience that this is one of the client's favorite questions, understanding how many days are truly available for work. So, by using this function, we get a more accurate view of project timelines, helping us plan better and set realistic expectations. It's a simple yet powerful way to keep track of the real workdays, especially when considering holidays and weekends. All right, let's take a closer look at how we can control costs effectively using the SUMIFS function. Here, we're using the formula equals SUMIFS, cost, category, civil, status, approved. What this does is it instantly pulls together all the approved civil cost items from multiple sheets or data sources. The key point here is that SUMIFS allows us to filter and sum data based on multiple criteria at once. In this case, it's filtering for costs labeled as civil and with a status of approved. This is really powerful because it saves us time by consolidating relevant data into a single total, helping us make informed decisions quickly. It ties into our overall theme of cost control by giving us a clear, real-time overview of approved civil expenses across various projects or departments. So, instead of manually searching through sheets, this formula streamlines the process and keeps our budget management efficient and accurate. Let's take a closer look at how Smart Lookup, specifically XLOOKUP, can streamline our work. Here, you see the formula equals XLOOKUP, item ID, database supplier price. What this does is instantly find the supplier price for a given item, instead of manually searching through the database, which can be time-consuming and error-prone. This formula retrieves the information automatically. This is a great example of how leveraging smart tools can save us time and improve accuracy. It connects directly to our overall goal of working more efficiently and making smarter data-driven decisions. Now let's talk about earned value management, or EVM, which is a powerful technique for tracking project performance. First, we have CV, or cost variance, which is calculated by subtracting the actual cost, or AC, from the earned value, or EV. Basically, CV tells us whether we're under or over budget. If CV is positive, we're under budget. If it's negative, we're over. Next is CPI, the Cost Performance Index, which is the ratio of EV to AC. A CPI of 1 means we're perfectly on budget, above 1 indicates cost efficiency, and below 1 signals a cost overrun. Then we have SV, or schedule variance, calculated by subtracting the planned value, or PV, from EV. This shows us whether we're ahead or behind schedule. A positive SV means we're ahead, and a negative SV indicates delay. Following that is SPI, the Schedule Performance Index, which is EV divided by PV. Similar to CPI, an SPI of 1 means we're on schedule, above 1 means ahead, and below 1 means behind. Finally, remember that if CPI is less than 1, it indicates a cost overrun, and if SPI is less than 1, it points to a schedule delay. These metrics help us understand where we stand and guide us in making informed decisions to keep our projects on track. Today, I want to introduce you to the concept of forecasting monthly cash flow using the EOMONTH function. This function is really useful for estimating upcoming payments or costs at the end of each month. Essentially, by inputting a start date and adding 1 month with EOMONTH, we can project the next month's completion date for a payment or a cost. It helps us stay proactive and plan our cash flow more accurately. The key idea here is that EOMONTH simplifies the process of predicting future financial obligations, making it easier to manage our budget and avoid surprises. Remember, this technique connects directly to our broader goal of effective financial planning, ensuring we're always a step ahead. All right, now that we've gathered our project data, it's important to ensure it's clean and well-formatted before moving forward. On this slide, I want to highlight a simple but powerful technique using the CONCAT, trim, and text functions. The goal here is to combine the project name and the task into a single, clear string. But more importantly, we want to do that without any extra spaces or unwanted characters that can cause confusion later. So by using the formula equals trim, concat project, task, we're concatenating the project and task with a hyphen in between, and then trimming any extra spaces that might have sneaked in. This way, our data stays neat, consistent, and ready for analysis or reporting. This step is crucial because clean data makes any subsequent steps much smoother and more reliable. Remember, a well-formatted dataset is the foundation of good insights. And as we've seen throughout this presentation, handling data properly from the start saves a lot of headaches down the line. Now, let's talk about tracking KPIs automatically using the COUNTIFS function. This is a really powerful tool because it allows us to efficiently monitor specific metrics without manual effort. For example, we can set it up to count the number of high-priority tasks that are delayed. Using the formula equals COUNTIFS, status, delayed, priority, high, we get a quick snapshot of how many critical issues are outstanding. This helps us stay on top of urgent problems and prioritize effectively. Integrating this kind of automation aligns perfectly with our goal of making data-driven decisions faster and more accurately. It's a simple yet impactful way to keep our project tracking sharp and responsive. All right, let's talk about the final slide, which introduces the dynamic dashboard using offset and match functions. So, what we're doing here is creating a dashboard that automatically updates and moves along with your project list. This means that as you add, remove, or reorder projects in your table, the dashboard adjusts dynamically without any manual updates needed. The key idea is combining offset with match. The match function finds the position of a specific project name within your table, and then offset uses that position to reference the appropriate data. Together, they create a flexible, responsive link between your project list and your dashboard visuals. This approach is really powerful because it keeps your dashboard aligned with your data, making your reporting more accurate and saving you time. It exemplifies the overall theme of this presentation, leveraging Excel functions to automate and streamline your project management. So, by mastering these tools, you're building dashboards that are not only informative but also smart and adaptable. And that's the essence of efficient data analysis, working smarter, not harder.